Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Hey everyone. Just adjusting some settings, and we should be good to go. Please, sir, please. What are you talking about? Oh, they found. Thank you. I appreciate that. I just love the please. It's so funny to me. Diego, yes, with that attitude, I will be ignoring your question. If anybody has any questions about ComfyUI or AI art in general, please let me know. Alrighty. Thank you, Christian. I appreciate that. I make them using a program called ComfyUI, as you can see on the screen right here. Sonic43 on YouTube says, "Hi, hello, how are you?" Yeah, you are the first one in the chat. I often don't get as many viewers over on YouTube as I do here on Instagram, but I'm very happy to have you. I'm currently broadcasting on multiple platforms, so... The purpose of my work, that's a good question. It really doesn't have a purpose. I just like making weird art to express myself for whatever reason. Whatever mood I'm in, I use art to express it. And that's that. It's kind of nice. Hey, Glock, how's it going, bud? Good to see you too. How many hours does it take to edit one reel? It depends. It depends how much I want to upscale it, how much I want to hone in the motion of it. Sometimes it takes multiple generations before I'm really happy with the result. And only then will I start upscaling, interpolating, doing a bunch of post-process work. But the bulk of it really comes from just finding an initial generation like this one that I'm really happy with. And I actually really like this one. I don't even know where these images came from. I loaded this workflow in, and I guess this is carryover from a while back. These are old images. Kind of funny to see them again. Let's paste this cool brick one in a couple more times. Give it the emphasis that it deserves. And we'll run the same generation, see what we get. Okay. Yeah, this should be interesting. What resolution are we working with? 512, 768? It's okay. Hey, Cigar, how's it going, bud? Bro, can you please help me to start work on Instagram and YouTube? I can try. I mean, the best advice I can really give from my experience is to just post often and engage very often. Use the app, at least Instagram. I can probably give better advice for Instagram than YouTube because I'm much bigger over here. But really just engage with the platform like your life depends on it. Constantly reshare people's work to your story. Post a lot of stories. Post a lot of reels. At least 1 or 2 a day if you really want to aggressively scale. And also see what's trending. I mean, you don't have to copy other people, but see at the very least like what's doing well right now. And at the moment, AI videos are doing very, very well. So kind of study the landscape, see what style resonates with you, and then lean into it heavily. Ooh. Oh, wow. This is sick. This is really sick. I dare not enter. It's really dope. Let's take this. So we have like a 4-image mashing together, as you can see. I want to emphasize this one though, so that we get a more colorful result, because we have 3 of the same and then this, which means it's heavily emphasizing these stone pictures. But I also want a lot of that color to bleed through, so we are going to increase the weight of this image in particular. Let's see what we get. Looks like we're working with this right here. Let's bump that up to like 1.3. That should really shake things up a bit. All right, let's see what we get. Do I know Hindi language? No, I don't know any Hindi. Only English. You make art with coding, that's cool. Well, thank you. I don't really code. I mean, some people would consider ComfyUI pretty akin to programming in many ways. Shares a lot of parallels as far as environment setup and playing with variables and values and all kinds of different things. But I would say you use a similar part of the mind to use Comfy, but it isn't explicitly programming. Thanks, Bradley. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is a sick-ass video, isn't it? I think it's about to become even sicker. Hopefully, with the new settings, it will be even more colorful, because I really want those colors to shine through. Possible through Figma. I don't think Figma will allow you to achieve what you see here. I think more so, I mean, I don't use Figma much, but my understanding is that it's more for like user interface and sketching application layouts and things like that. Do I share Comfy workflow? Not at the moment, no. Although a lot of the workflows I use are based on existing ones, and I've just kind of adapted and enhanced and improved in my own little way, but there's a lot out there that will do similar stuff. Tried this on a gaming laptop. Yeah, desktop is probably the way to go for this. Okay, so it looks like playing with the weight did not really help us. So I'm really just going to, I'm going to go halvesies on these images. 2 of that, 2 of this. And hopefully we should get something really interesting. Pretty much a blend of this and then this. Kind of somewhere in the middle of the 2 is where we should land now with my newest settings. So let's see if we get a nice combination thereof. Oh, Sonic43 over on YouTube says, "You're trying to make a live TO, please." Are you asking how to go live on YouTube? I'm personally using a platform called Restream.io. Really good for streaming in multiple locations. And I have that plugged into OBS right here, which is a very versatile desktop application that lets you kind of make multiple layouts for streaming, depending on where you want to stream. It's very versatile, kind of complex compared to its competition, but is pretty much agreed as like the universal standard for streaming. So I would encourage you to look into OBS and Restream as a really good way to get started with all this. 16 gig VRAM enough for this type of workflow? Yes, I would say largely the answer is yes. I say largely because You're still going to encounter some rendering speed hiccups here and there. Like, basically, the more money you invest in your hardware, the quicker the rendering times will be. So as long as you're willing to wait a little longer than I do for your renders, you should still be good to go. Check this out, you guys. This is beautiful. So just to get kind of an idea, the one in the center here is very clearly a fusion of the left one and the right one. It's really cool to see the side-by-sides. Sonic says, do I have to sign in? Sign in to what exactly? You do need a Restream account to do what I'm doing. And I don't think OBS, you don't need an account for that, but you need a Restream account. So yeah. Yeah, this is sick. This is dope. Nice, yeah, VDB ROEK. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, but yes, OBS and Restream are great. In my experience, I haven't been streaming for that long, so I don't know the whole landscape that well as far as what the options are, but I'm pretty happy with Restream and OBS. So yeah, this is dope. This is real dope, you guys. Let's park it here and go in slightly a different direction. We'll call this Rainbow Bricks. Why not? Doesn't need to be. Great. Thanks, Camacho. I appreciate that. I will certainly keep it up. Alright. What do I want to create? That's right. I want to create a morphing monstrosity, because that's why you're here, isn't it? That's why I would be. So, let's start by playing with what we have here already. We're working with, let's do square format, 1:1 resolution. Works a little better for streaming. So let's do 512 by 512. Let's see what we got. Yeah, thank you so much, Advait. I appreciate that. A lot of this is just sitting around and waiting, which is pretty relaxing. Okay, let's see what we get. Should be dope. Yes, sir. Really cool. Cool. Combination of poppy and spinch? I'm not sure what those things are. Let's do some more rot. I'm really liking this one lately. Pretty sick. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what we get. Each of these renders takes roughly about 45 seconds per piece at the current resolution. Let's play with Midjourney while we're waiting. Space rot, cosmic decay, skull, entity, alien, gross. Let's see what we get with that prompt there. Ooh. This is pretty cool. Yeah, the lighting's a little weird, but it's okay. I'd give us like a 6 out of 10, maybe. Maybe even 5. I'm not a humongous fan. Maybe we will do this, though. Let's take you, paste you there. Let's take a... Let's find a person, picture of a person. Just regular headshot. Headshot. Let's use just any old person. Let's do her. That's a good picture. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see what we get there. Ooh, this should be interesting. Collie Slytherin says, following after watching Pleasurecraft. Nice! Yeah, I worked with Pleasurecraft a while back. He's an awesome dude. It was a really fun project. It's cool to hear that you found me through him. That's awesome. Oh, Devin. Combination of Popeye and spinach. Got it, got it. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Maybe I'll give that a shot. Let's see. That's not very good. That's not a very good morph. Let's try this. Also, what's the 0.4? I guess is okay. These are interesting. Let's get more like this weirdo. I really like this weird insect guy. Let's see this one right here. Let's have Midjourney make more like it. Ooh. Okay, I like the first couple seconds. I like that first morph right here, where it goes from number 1 to number 2. That's beautiful. That's fun to look at. Interesting. Now we're talking. Shatrira, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. I don't know how to help you, though, but I'm very, very sorry to hear that. And lastly, this one. Thanks, Suman. I appreciate that. Yeah. Binksy asks over on YouTube, is this AI? It is driven by AI, yes, but it's a pretty manual process. in the world of AI, as you can see. Interesting, interesting. Well, that's okay, I guess. Let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that out. Aziza asks, what game am I playing? It is called ComfyUI, and it isn't technically a game, but it is to me. It's more of a creating platform, kind of like Photoshop, but I'm making animations, and I'm using open source Stable Diffusion tools, based tools to do it. Right, let's see, what does this look like? Okay. It's not that great. It's really not. Let's try this. So increase this up to 5. Why not? Let's go with that. See what we do. See what we get. Escatron asks, would you say the results are kind of trial and error? Yes, very much so. That's a large part of it. At least once you gain an understanding of the tools and what each node does individually and the different settings and all that, it is a game of trial and error, but less and less over time as you get more comfortable with it and you have a memory of like, oh, this is going to probably lead to this result. And yeah, I guess through that process, you kind of arrive at something you like a lot quicker than you normally would. Unreal Engine. No, this is not Unreal Engine. Chatrira, I'm very sorry to hear about your mother, but there's nothing I can do to help you. I'm sorry. I just got my setup working a few minutes ago. Nice, right on. Yeah, if you have any questions about it, feel free to drop them in. I'll do my best to answer. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of this one. I have tried Gen 3 Runway. It's very fun. Could Comfy support something like it? In theory, it could, but at the moment, there's really nothing in Comfy that can really rival the fidelity of Runway Gen 3, not in my opinion. But, gosh, I sure hope that comes along sooner rather than later. Oh my god. Let's bring the weight down of this to 0.3. Let's see what we get with that. Good lord. What checkpoint am I using? It says any SD50 model. Yeah, a lot of them will work for sure. I'm using mainly SD 1.5 as well. And the one I'm using in this case is called Realism by Stable Yogi. It's an LCM version of the model. This is an LCM workflow, so yeah. Oh, I said your name right, Aziza. Nice. I'm very glad. Do I go live every day? Monday through Friday, I do my best to go live every day, yes. Usually, though, I go live around 12 p.m. noon Pacific Standard. Obviously, today's a little different, but that's more or less when you can expect to see me. I typically do late night streams over on my TikTok, actually. But as far as YouTube and Instagram and Twitch even, I stream it at noon, basically. I'm just not a big fan of how these are coming out. They do not meet my standard. Stoned Unicorn, yes, I would highly recommend it. It's a very popular model, very capable. Except in this case, I'm not too happy with it. Not terribly. Let's, because I have a certain look in mind, but this is not getting me close to it. Example of something with sync. What do you mean by sync exactly? Like synced up to music or something? Let's just hop back to one of my older collections of pictures. Also, I'll go over to the other workflow shortly. Let's try this out. Let's play with a few of these. Could be interesting. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of a cosmic interdimensional entity. Alien morph, I will call it. And let's see what we got. No, I don't have anything like synced up in the way that you're describing. To the lyric of a song. No, although I do have a workflow I'm playing with in Touch Designer that will do audio reactive elements with my videos. It's still a work in progress. I'm still learning a lot about it. But I've definitely started to experiment with audio reactivity. And there's a few examples on my page. Taria, thank you. Much appreciated. Very, very, very nice of you to say that. This one is still really cool. I really like how this is looking right here. Okay. That's interesting. It's like a 7 out of 10, maybe. Okay, let's go over somewhere. Let's go play with this workflow right here. It'll be a lot more fun, I think. So this one, in particular, its main advantage is the combination of 4 different images, and it mashes the results together into one cohesive type of video, as you can see here. But I'm going to bring this into it, and let's just do some disparate styles for it. We'll do some random decay, sure thing. I'll do that, and then lastly we'll do like something colorful. Maybe these colorful blocks here. Let's give that a shot. Let's also play with a different control net mask. Let's throw a different video in here. I think we'll go with this one. Because it's 6 seconds at 30 frames, that's a little too many frames for us, so we're going to skip every other frame. Should get some nice results there. We're going to bump that control net way up to like 0.8, I think. It's a reasonable spot for it. And without further ado, much further ado, let's see what we get. Cue prompt. Okay. Do I take psychedelics? No, I do not, but there's something very interesting about exploring that side of consciousness. A lot of weird stuff that goes on in there. I'm a music video editor. Something like that would shake shit up. Agreed. Yes. I think these kinds of videos are perfect complements to music videos. I want to get better and better at syncing it up with music. And Touch Designer seems to be the key, the missing link, which is why I'm learning it. AI May It on YouTube says, hello, buddy. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? This is probably going to be chaos. So again, guys, we're basically combining all 4 of these images right here into one Frankenstein monster. See? It's a lot of fun, obviously. Infinite possibilities present here. And it's never quite what you were expecting. Yeah, look into Touch Designer, man. It's a little complicated, but then again, so is ComfyUI. It's another node-based piece of software, and it's extremely versatile. You can use it for so many different things. I can't even tell you which things it can do, because again, I'm kind of a noob. But I do know that it takes audio reactivity to the very next level, even like in real time even. You can take visuals and just in real time sync it up with the beats and the different like channels of the beats, like the highs, the lows, the snare, the bass, etc. It's just incredible at how it's able to isolate those channels and then like sync up your visuals with it. It's crazy. Which graphics card do I use? I use an NVIDIA 4090. NVIDIA 4090. When am I ending the stream? I usually go for about an hour at a time. So where are we at? We're at like about a half hour in here. So I'll probably go for another 30 minutes. Ooh, check that out, guys. Sick. So again, this is a combination of multiple puzzle pieces here. Wait, hang on one second. Yes. So basically this is what we're looking at. It's kind of like an A plus B plus C plus D equals E. We're on the right here. So what is the holdup here? This freaking thing. What is going on? Oh, this program. What's it doing now? Comfy's being comfy again. There it goes. My goodness. Okay, so where was I? So the idea is combining all these images to get this, and also it's the addition of this video mask over here. This drives the overall motion of it, the depth map, if you will. Depth map. And if you take a close look at the comparison, you'll notice that it's doing its best to follow the ridges and the edges of our black and white wave thing over on the left. So that's kind of the idea here. And yeah. Give me one quick second, guys. I gotta go use the restroom. I'll be back in like a minute or less. Just give me a quick sec, you guys. Okay. Be right back. Yo, yo, yo. I'm back. Okay, so what if I... Well, first of all, I want to change up the video mask. Let's do something interesting here. Let's do this one. That should be cool. That's a little too long. Let's, maybe this will do. This is going to be pretty nuts. Look at that, you guys. We're going to paint over that. Just got the realism checkpoint installed. Hell yeah. Messing around with it now. Have fun. It's a really good one. Okay, let's see what happens here. 20 by 560, I think we'll be okay. And let's let it rip. Let's go. Thank you, Aziza, for your subscription. I appreciate that. Hey, Mahendra, how's it going? Alright, let's see what we get here. It should be interesting. As you can see, it's already working. You can see where it's tracing the edges, the contours. Again, it is taking this right here and using something known as a control net, it's identifying these edges and contours and it's painting over it essentially. And as it's paint, it uses these inputs. These images are the paint. And this is the canvas. That's how I like to refer to it anyway. Different main color, making it more spacious, lighter color will expand a bit better. Yeah, I like that approach. Maybe I'll play with it a bit afterwards, but let's see how this one turns out first. Ooh. Without further ado, let's see what we get. Any second now. There it is. Come on, where is it? Comfy is being a little weird tonight, isn't it? Come on. Oh no, that's... Oh, no wonder. I've added... I added a bunch of loops. Yeah, that's... Okay, let me explain what's happening in just a second. First, though, let's admire our results. And they are admirable. Very weird and alien and interesting. But the reason we've been having hiccups and the reason for our hiccup 5 minutes ago is because I accidentally changed the loop count on the output to 98. So it's making me a video with 98 loops appended to the end. We do not want that at all. Change that back to 0 because that's creating a substantially larger file than we need. See, look, this video right here is over 13 minutes long. We don't want that, especially not for streaming. And because it's a perfect loop anyways, you don't even need really to extend that. Well, at least not in this case, but in any event, we've brought it back down to 0. And now, as you can see, it renders out way quicker. What time is it where I am? It's currently almost 2 in the morning, 1:52 a.m. Mayit AI asks, why aren't you getting high quality even export at 720? Because there's a lot of different steps involved to finally figuring out cracking the code, so to speak, on upscaling and getting things to be of a high quality. There's a number of things I had to learn along the way to get mine as crisp as I do. Basically, you render things out initially at like a pretty low resolution, like 320 by 560, and then from there you start upscaling it, either in Comfy or in Topaz, and you do it a number of times and you play with that upscaler and you tweak the settings, and it's just really a process of, like someone was saying earlier, trial and error, just seeing what works, what doesn't. And yeah. Let me try something. I want all 4 of these to be the weird rainbow cube. And I'm going to lower the control net down to 0.6. So it's not going to be as prominent. This is not going to be as prominent. But it should be interesting. Ooh, that's pretty cool looking already. And what I've done here, by the way, is I've derived a depth map from one of my previous animations. I made this a few months ago. And that's just, it speaks to the infinite possibilities with Comfy. Like, you can just like keep recycling things into other things, and then it creates something new on its own entirely. And it's just a never-ending process of creation and coming up with shit. Ooh, yeah, this is going to be cool. I can already tell. It's going to be very cubic. I can see by the edges. This will be a lot of fun. Nice. That's so cool. That's so cool. I love that. That has a lot of potential. Very interesting. Much potential, but I'm yet to figure out where I can integrate it in video other than transitions. I mean, it's got some very specific use cases at the moment. Like, clearly this is best suited for like short form, maybe social media posts, 8 to 10 seconds long, you know, perfectly looping. It does very well for stuff like that, but you know, for full feature length movies and stuff like that, especially with like the resolution limitations, it's kind of it maybe not as applicable, but it definitely has its purpose for like social media. It will do wonders for your social media account if you know how to wield it. Yeah, this is pretty dope. I like it a lot. Let's bump that up to 30 frames. It's native 30 FPS. Interesting. Let's play with the weights here a bit. Let's make it even more. Let's add even more emphasis to the images and less emphasis to our video. So let's tip the scales a bit in favor of the images and see what we get. 30, 20, 60. Let's do, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Oh shit. All right, so it wants a new seed, so we're going to increment the seed. Otherwise, it's not going to run again. Because I guess merely playing with the weights of a control net is not enough for Comfy to trigger a new prompt, which is kind of weird. but to get around that, just change the seed. Should go for more of a forestry look. Yeah, that would be cool. Let me look for like a forest style image for the next generation. Facts, I can see people hitting a channel just because of the cool factor. Yeah. It's definitely great for just short-term sizzle reel style dramatic effects. Because, I mean, obviously it's like very eye-catching right away. Okay, while that is rendering, ooh, we can already see what's happening with the low-res render. It's clearly prioritizing the images way more than before with the cubes, but it should still be very interesting. So in the meantime, let's find a nice forest picture from Midjourney. Let's just take any old thing. Ooh, this is pretty. Ooh, this is very pretty. I can work with that. We'll paste it into our workflow for the time being, but we won't plug it in just yet. We'll just have it hovering off in this little node. Okay, let's see what we get. Ooh. Interesting. Yeah, look at that, you guys. So the one on the left is our new one, and what I've done is I've given more emphasis to the images instead of the video, which has allowed that cube effect to really come through even stronger. Salomon Shanka, thank you so much. I do this through a program called ComfyUI, and it uses Stable Diffusion to basically take AI images and videos and do whatever you want with them, and has so much different potentials in different directions. It's just unlimited amount of fun here. So these are both really, really cool. Cube person, I will name you. And let's play with the forest this time. So copy the forest. I'll just park this image down here as a reference, but now we're going to plug in our forest. In this case, we don't need all 4 inputs because obviously we're using the same image, but I'll just stick with this workflow for now. So I think we'll keep all the other settings, and we're going to cue the prompt. Let's see what we get. So I'm going to duplicate these off to the right just for a reference of where we've been. And now we're generating the latest one. How to grow on Instagram with AI content because your subs and views. The best advice I can really give, and it's not just for AI content, but whatever your content is to just post aggressively and post a lot of stories, share other people's work, try and do collaborations if you can with people. That seems to gain a lot of favor with the algorithm. When I was growing and I was a lot smaller, I would reach out to bigger creators, sometimes even smaller creators, and would collaborate with them. And that's a really positive practice here on Instagram. And just post, at least once a day, once or twice with the reels. Just do a reel. And it doesn't have to be like a Van Gogh every single day. Obviously it shouldn't be crappy, but like post something relatively solid each day if you can hack it. And eventually the algorithm will start to notice that you're taking it seriously. At least that's what happened for me. I can only speak from experience, but... Let's see what we get now with our forest. Interesting. So it kind of just decided not to trace the face, like, at all. But I mean, it's beautiful. Look how cool. It still looks really cool. But let's trace the face a little more because I want to see a forest face. So to do that, yeah, see the weights are really low right now for a control net. So let's bump it up to like 0.8 is a pretty good place to go, and it won't really go beyond 1. 1 is kind of the upper limit. 1.00 is like 100% strength. So anywhere between 0 and 1 is where you want to set it. But now that we've set it at 0.8, let's see what we get. We've got nowhere because once again we have to increment the seed. Okay, let's see what we get. That over. Alrighty. Can someone use his or her own? Mofat. I'm so sorry if I'm not great with pronouncing all of your names, but Mofatortiz. Can someone use his or her own image? Absolutely. You can use any image in this that you want. That's the beauty of open source without any kinds of restrictions, you can basically use anything in the inputs here, or you can type anything for the text input. Kind of the only limit there is your imagination. Biggest source of income? It's a good question. Without going into too much detail, I would pretty safely say that I've pretty much turned this into my main source, and like, you know, I do a lot of commission work and stuff like that. I'm open for commissions and talk to a lot of people here on Instagram even, but you know, I have a number of different channels, I guess you could say. But Instagram is definitely a big one, you know. Ooh, this should be interesting. Let's see what we get. Any minute now. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Dude, okay, that is so cool. That's a lot cooler than I thought it would be. That is so cool. What do y'all think? It's fascinating. It's almost like it has an illustrative property to it. Like the hard lines, it almost looks hand-drawn at certain points. Very, very cool. Thanks for the suggestion. Maybe also, without taking up too much time, I'll try and do a quick upscale on this, because something like this deserves to be seen in full detail. So let's see how long that's going to take real quick. And if it's unreasonable, we'll cancel it, but I'd really like to see a bigger version of that. And I think at 320 by 560, yeah, it should go pretty fast. 2xing that should not be too bad with my graphics card. So let's take a look. Uberland, thank you very much. I appreciate the support. Yes, I agree. Quite fascinating indeed. Okay, so, okay. A little under 5 minutes for this one. I guess we can wait. Kind of the upper limit of what I want to put you through here on stream, but I think we can kill about 4 minutes. Kill some time. Let's let that run. Let's do some images in the background as we await the results. And maybe even play with runway. I think I had a runway generation running from a little while back. Let's see where it's at. So, runway. Let's see what I came up with in assets. Oh yeah, that's right. I was working with this one. Let's see what this ended up looking like. Did it make anything? Maybe it rejected the prompt, which is why I don't see anything here. Okay, generative video. I think Runway's been putting some restrictions on content lately, which is quite disappointing. They seem to reject more of my prompts as of late, and I'm just not really a fan of that. It's unfortunate because they have a really powerful platform. But let's try and run something anyways. Let's try... Where's that image that I was using? This one right here. Let's see how this ends up looking. Thomas asks, what's the best, like, bare minimum requirements to have a satisfying comfy workflow? I'm a bad person to ask because I tend to like the best of the best hardware-wise, at least mostly the best. I run an NVIDIA 4090, 64 gigs of memory, Core i9, all that stuff, but like, you don't need that. Like, if you're willing to wait just a little longer for the renders, which I'm not, you can settle for like an NVIDIA 30 series, or just really don't go below 8 to 12 gigs of VRAM. That's kind of the minimum expectation for doing video stuff like I'm doing. So, I mean, you don't even need a 30 series. It can be a few years old, the card that you're using. Just really don't go below 8 gigs of VRAM, I would say. Google Deep Dream. I think I remember Deep Dream. I don't remember what it did or looked like, but I've heard the name. I have hand-drawn trippy images. Nice. Yeah, no, for sure. I could definitely take some of that as the input if you have like a decently high-resolution version. This doesn't actually need to be that high resolution. Like these images, I think before the AI actually like processes them, are shrunk down. I have like an automatic preprocessor right here. It really prefers images no larger than like 512 by 512. Anything beyond that, like it can't really see with its digital eyes, so to speak. And so any image I paste in here, I pretty much like down res to the place it needs to be. But all right, I have a feeling this is going to get rejected. Runway doesn't seem to like gory prompts, which is unfortunate because it's very good at gory stuff. When it first released Gen 3, before it was cracking down so hard on prompts, it made some really gnarly stuff for me. And you can see that if you scroll a little back on my page. There's some like crazy shit. Definitely give this a go. Thanks to you. Nice. Yeah, I'm happy to make a new believer in Comfy. It's a really fun program. I think you'll have a lot of fun. It's just not the easiest program to get into. Has a bit of a learning curve, obviously. But I can only say to stick with it because I was very intimidated by this program for a long time until I just kind of sucked it up and learned it. And I'm really glad that I did. Ooh, wow. That's breathtaking. Right on. Yeah, you guys, this is a really sick one. I love it. I'm not a huge fan of like the flickering lights. As you'll notice, like, see how the lights are just kind of flickering. I wish there was a way to like explicitly tell Comfy not to do that. I mean, I guess you can in the negative prompt, but it doesn't always listen to that anyways. I've tried it. But that's just me being super nitpicky as an artist. Overall, this is like a beautiful result. I would probably post this on Instagram. Cunanan, how am I, brother? I'm good. How are you? Ants and bugs mimicking space and galaxies? No, that's awesome, though. That's a cool concept. I like that a lot. What we're doing now, by the way, because I forgot to turn it off, is we're interpolating the results, because 12 frames a second is not that beautiful. So we're going to bump it up to 60 frames by multiplying the frame count by 5. That will essentially bring us from 12 to 60 frames per second. And we're almost done, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About one more pass on that. And we should be done. I will. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate it. And I think you were asking earlier if I could send you some of these. I might be able to do that. Just hit me up in the DM after or something. All right, we have our 60 frame per second version right here. And it's just beautiful. It's so cool. Todd, I agree. They do need to be on YouTube, and in fact they are. I'm actually streaming there right now simultaneously. It's on my channel called AI is Cursed. That's the name of my channel. And pretty much everything I upload on YouTube also, or Instagram, pretty much makes its way to YouTube. So it's at AI is Cursed. See, right here, AI is Cursed. And have a bunch of the same shorts here as you see on my Instagram. As well as, and this is really handy, a growing archive of my live streams, including the one today. So if you want to ever come back and watch any of the stuff you see right here and now, just find your way over to here and click live, and you'll see a whole archive. Really a handy place to park it. And you know, this is dope. This is dopeness. I love it. All right, I think we're coming up on the hour here. In fact, we just did. We just crossed an hour, you guys. How you on live on your PC on Insta? I'm using the like Instagram.com in my browser. So basically, like, I went to Instagram.com and I went over to the left. I hit create with the plus icon, and there's, I think, like a create live video in the dropdown. And when I clicked that, it gave me a stream key, and I took that stream key and I pasted it into OBS, or actually restream through OBS. But regardless of where you stream from, it will require a stream key, and that's why I'm on Instagram.com. Anywho, I think we're gonna park it here, folks. Let's name this Forest Face. I'll probably post this a little later on, so expect to see this on my page. Very, very good suggestion, thank you. Work isn't work when it's passion. 1000%. You couldn't be more right. And I don't consider this work. I mean, I kind of consider it a sick obsession because I'm always playing around in Comfy like all day. Sometimes, like, I don't know. Sometimes it's a bit much for me even. But like, it's hard to pull myself away from it because I just love the results so much and I love tinkering and creating, so. Anyways, yeah, Josh, for sure. If and when I end up posting this, I'll probably post it like in the next day or two. I would be happy to tag you. So I just screenshotted you so I don't forget your name. And yeah, thanks again for the recommendation. Very good idea. Oh, thanks for the YouTube sub, Todd. I really appreciate that. Okay. And with that, I think we're going to park it here, folks. Sorry to everyone who just arrived, but this is the hour for me. I usually go for about an hour, a little bit more, but expect to see more later this week. Typically, you'll find me here on Instagram at around 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. Tonight is a bit unusual. I just felt like going live. But yeah, Monday through Friday, 12 noon. 1 noon sometimes. It's a little flimsy, but early afternoon I think is the safest bet. So yeah, I'll see you around. Thanks again for joining. I really enjoyed having you, and I love you oh so much. I love your support, and I love you even if you didn't support me. So take it easy.